It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know what that particular beat means. Time to get into our Tech Daily Update. So in the space of one day, technology giants Facebook and Amazon have unveiled their individual plans. It's no kind of small surprise that they did it on the same day to release smart glasses that can not only handle queries like a smart assistant, but also map the world in augmented reality and project content in front of our very eyes, inside our heads. Our resident tech expert, Brian Smith, joins us to explore exactly what this means for the world at large. Brian, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Always awesome to have you here because you bring such cool stories to light. Let's talk about these glasses. Not the first time we've spoken about them. Why have they not become mainstream before?
Absolutely. If you consider in the market space before this, like you say, it really isn't the first occasion in which we've heard about smart glasses. If you consider just a couple of years ago, Google Glass was the major rage on the market, and yet we still don't have these on store shelves nor on our faces. And if you consider there's actually a bunch of challenges to making this kind of product, primarily because in essence, building glasses is really complicated because some people just want a fashion statement. So building something for everyone is quite difficult. But then again, we have people with eyesight difficulties that actually need a prescription lens. So catering for everyone is basically an impossible endeavor. Up until this point as well, these kind of products have been really pricey at over $1,000 US. Very niche. So we haven't really seen these take off in the same way we have fitness trackers.
I was going to mention, because the funny thing is now, fitness trackers, which started as something functional, have now become a fashion statement in themselves. I suppose if we wanted something that didn't have a prescription, we'd slap on some VR glasses if we wanted to augment our reality, but this is something slightly different. So when we look at the individual features of each, obviously two big names releasing on the same day, no big surprise there. What do they differ in what they do? What will we see in the features of the glasses themselves?
So what's really fascinating here is that Amazon and Facebook have almost taken this in two entirely separate directions. So Amazon yesterday came up with what are called Echo frames. So as in the name implies, these aren't so much smart glasses as they really are smart frames.
Okay.
So these are built in with speakers and microphones on the side of the frames. You can adjust the lenses to your own liking or tailor them to your own preference if you have some eyesight difficulty. But as well, these are intentionally designed to serve for Amazon's Alexa, the digital voice assistant, so you can handle and get answers to queries on the go. Facebook, on the other hand, has gone in entirely the opposite direction. They believe in the power of augmented reality, that is, overlaying graphic components over the real world and reality.
Minority Report vibes.
So they're going more in the direction of overlaying content, letting you access and connect with friends on the go, or even map yourself while you're walking, for example, through a mapping application, kind of like you might at the moment with Google Maps.
Or chase Pokemon, perhaps. Are we going to see it? Is this the wave breaking, or are we still a way away from this becoming mainstream? Is this just a big step in the right direction, or do you think that this is now, it's starting to enter into the market?
I think what both of these companies have got right from the beginning is that they've learned from the past. And what we really see here is the emphasis on smart frames first and then lenses secondly. Whether this will actually capture the market is a difficult question because it all really depends on price and consumer willingness to buy these kind of devices. However, what we see is a bunch of different ideas seeing how to play with this technology, and with other companies entering the space where it really could become a really hot sector within the next couple of months to a year.
How close are we to wanting to take content, absorb it like this? When we talk about an augmented reality, I mean, I think the idea of a smart assistant, we've become quite used to now, but the augmented reality is something that's kind of almost feels a bit sci-fi. How close are you to, do you think people are going to want to take content on board like this? I mean, it's very exciting, but how kind of, are we close to that verge?
That's an awesome question.
Would you do it?
I think I might. So to the point you and I both made, I think what these companies have done is trying to find the right application for this technology. And I think we're kind of used to the idea, or getting used to the idea of integrating with a smart assistant by now, but we don't really have a killer feature for augmented reality. I think up until now, maybe Pokemon, like you mentioned earlier, has kind of captured the imagination in that regard, and gaming will be a huge factor within these devices. Yeah. It's all about finding the right niche, and I think mapping and gaming will be the first two sort of sectors or spheres that really becomes interesting with these devices.
Imagine, what will this room look like if I paint it purple? Yeah, just imagine, just imagine. Buddy, this has actually made me a lot more excited than I thought it would. Brian, thank you so much, my friend, for unpacking that one. Be sure to keep up to date with the latest tech news and some incredible insights on bandwidthblog.com.